everyone, welcome back to the Strong.Sistas YouTube channel. In today's video, we are here to talk all about liver.
Yum, and our favorite way to prepare liver.
But seriously, liver should be a staple in everyone's diet. It is nature's multivitamin and has the most bioavailable nutrients, including vitamin A, copper, riboflavin, pantothenic acid, niacin, folate, choline, vitamin B12, and the list goes on.
Something to keep in mind is that different species of animals have different nutrients in their liver. For example, chicken liver is going to have less copper than beef liver. So if you're eating liver for copper, you'd want to opt for the beef liver.
However, the most important point is to find a species of liver that is the most taste appealing to you so that you can consistently include it in your diet. So where to source your liver from? So we would suggest trying to find your local farmer. You can search www.eatwild.com. If you do not have a good local farmer, we suggest buying your liver from White Oak Pastures that will deliver frozen liver to your door. So White Oak Pastures has their own
your liver.
So White Oak Pastures has their own processing plant on the farm, and so they process, cut up, and freeze their liver on the same day. It's really important to find fresh liver because as soon as that liver starts to thaw out, the taste will get a little bit stronger.
But we have some tips for you if you can't even fathom the taste of liver, of how to prepare your liver to taste better. So the first tip is going to be avoid eating it and actually just freeze it. So you're gonna chop it into little pieces and then freeze those pieces and pop those like you would a multivitamin. So you don't even have to taste it, you're just swallowing it.
Popping them liver pills.
The second thing would be to soak your liver in an acidic medium first before cooking. So like lemon juice or a vinegar or milk for about 2 to 3 hours before you cook it, and then wash it off with water and proceed to cooking. And then the third tip is to disguise your liver in different recipes so you can't really taste it, or just prepare it better. So we're going to share our 4 favorite ways to prepare liver. So the first way to prepare liver is not the fanciest, but it's definitely the most efficient, and that is to just lightly sear the liver in your butter or your favorite animal fat. So we like to use butter. So what you're gonna do is set the skillet over the stove and set the burner to medium heat. Once the butter is sizzling a little bit, put your liver on, allow it to brown on one side, and then once it's browned, flip it over and allow it to brown on the other, and cook it until the inside is light pink. You can even keep a little bit some maroony raw if you like the taste. Otherwise, cook it all until it's light pink, then take it off. If you have a thick piece of liver, you might want to consider covering it while it's cooking just for a few minutes to help it cook through fully without burning the sides. This way is definitely the easiest way to prepare your liver, and you're going to cook out the least amount of nutrients. We actually talk about in our Organcyclopedia that liver is actually a pretty resilient organ meat, and you do not cook out that many of the nutrients when you do cook it. So don't worry too much about that. I think the best thing is just to consider consuming it on a regular basis. So another great way to prepare your liver is to make a pate. So you're basically blending it into a paste, and then you'll just kind of eat that as you go throughout the week. So we actually provided a pate recipe in our Organcyclopedia, so we're going to share that with you guys. This one's a really simple bacon liver pate, and it is definitely a crowd favorite at parties because it includes bacon, and who doesn't like bacon, right? So I would definitely recommend trying to prepare your liver in this way to definitely even mask the need to chew it. It's just already ground up for you to get those nutrients in. Next way to prepare liver is a classic recipe called rumaki. So all you do is you cook the liver and then you wrap it in bacon and then bake it. So we also provided this recipe in our Organcyclopedia. You can find that linked in the description below. We actually go into all different types of organs and how to cook them. So definitely check that out if you are interested, but I would recommend trying to wrap your liver in bacon.
Another way we like to prep liver is to disguise it in some organ burgers. So here we have 8 ounces of ground lamb. This can be ground lamb or ground beef, obviously. And then we have 2 ounces of liver. We think that 2 to 8 ounces helps you disguise it a little bit more. And then we like to mix in some fresh herbs like rosemary, thyme, and oregano, and some salt. If you have a meat grinder, a really easy way will just be to combine these two in the meat grinder. However, a tip if you do not have a meat grinder is to first slightly freeze your liver and then blend it up into little bits in a blender. Having it a little bit frozen, make sure that it doesn't completely turn into mush when you blend it up. and then just mix it all up in a bowl. Alright, so we are going to wrap up this video with one of the most frequently asked questions that we receive is how much liver should I consume per week? So there isn't any scientific data outlining exactly how many ounces you should have per week. We suggest just trying to experiment for what works best for you. We like to have 1 to 2 ounces per day, but we think that having 4 to a pound of liver per week is going to be totally fine.
So on that note, you guys, get your liver in and make sure you are behaving like
an angel.